So, you know what's happening right now? Right now, I am pushing Lowell to sign up for his third open mic. And he just took his retainer out. Like a real nerd. Take it out. Real nerd.
Did you wear your retainer when you were supposed to?
For me, no.
What happened?
Can you sit closer?
I can't.
This way.
Actually...
So, get in here.
You're edging me out. You're whooshing me
Can
out.
you sit over here so there's a sunlight behind you? Guys, listen. I'm so proud of Lowell because he's been doing stand-up. You look like you're shrunk.
I'm looking angelic.
Do you remember in Beetlejuice when the guy puts the powder and the guy's head turns tiny?
Sure.
That's how you look.
Well, you always do that. You put me behind you to diminish my role. No?
You're very sweet.
Oh, thank you.
What happened at the birthday party Saturday night? You killed.
Killed. Oh, yeah.
What happened? Did you make everyone laugh?
No. Nobody was listening. Everyone was eating
What
food
are you talking
and
about?
enjoying birthdays.
We played 2 Truths and a Lie. How did I do?
I thought we were playing 2 Truths and a Dare. I was playing the wrong game.
Do you still have your retainer in?
I had the bottom one, but you called me out on the top one.
All right, take it out.
Turn.
I'm
not going to do that on camera.
Okay, go ahead. Take out your retainer. He's afraid. Did you do it?
It's gone.
Oh my God.
Your dentist would be so mad at you. Your orthodontist.
Yesterday, you took out your retainer and then there was saliva. And I go,
again, no one's
at what year of marriage do you just have no shame about anything?
But here's what your orthodontist still practices. Well, I want you to go to his office and say,
listen,
Dr. Goldman, I'm so sorry.
His name was not Goldman.
It's your
Matzah.
generic dentist name.
His last name is Matzah.
That's even more Jewish.
It's very on the nose.
I've never even heard of that. It's so Jewish. Dr. Matzah.
So Saturday night we played 2 Truths and a Lie.
Matzah.
We played 2 Truths and a Lie, and my stepmom said one of hers was she danced all night with David Copperfield. And what was your line?
Who hasn't?
He goes, who hasn't? Oh my God, everyone was dying.
All right.
Was it a fun birthday?
It was a fun birthday. It was a double. It was a dual birthday.
It was a dual. My stepmom's mom turned 90, and she's amazing. She's amazing. She's like the coolest person to hang out with. She loves the Steelers. She watches every game. She's nice. She's fun. She drives. She acts like she's 61.
What are you doing? A commercial for her?
Yeah, it's a commercial.
It's like a promo.
Speaking of promos, I promoted your podcast so hard today on my podcast.
Oh, did you? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because you're a late bloomer, you see. and you're finally doing something with your life.
Finally blooming.
Oh my God, it's so funny because Mark, your co-host, in case you forgot, he said the other day, he goes, my wife is so happy I'm doing this podcast because she couldn't stand it. He's like, she said, you're sitting around, do a podcast. He goes, it saved my marriage. And I'm like, it saved our marriage. Because for about 2 years, I was like, Lowell, I cannot see you sitting around.
All right.
Let's go. Let's do a podcast.
All right. Here,
and I had to
about
hop
my youth and lack of funds. That's usually your next go-to.
That you had no money?
Okay. When he was young, he was so poor. How poor was he?
Oh,
anyway.
Wait, let's talk about who's on your podcast this week. Speaking of when you were young and poor. Because you used to watch stand-up. You just brought it up.
Because I was kidding. I was trying to mock you into
not
doing it, and you took it, and you're like, thank you for the reminder.
But it wasn't that sad.
That's what I'm saying.
You said you never knew you were poor,
okay.
even though you were.
It was okay. It was a.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to get you to stop.
Say who's on. I just said, speaking of, who's on your show, and you kept going.
Paul Reiser. TVs, movies. Stand-up comedy.
You know him from My Two Dads.
You know him from everything. It's very funny, actually. If you look at his Twitter and Instagram, he's like, the guy from The Thing.
Who is the girl in My Two Dads? It's not Blossom.
No, I don't know.
It was that
her
type
name.
of person.
It was. I don't know what that means.
That type.
No, she was like she was like
Stacy? Stacy? Is it a Stacy?
I don't know. I don't remember.
And TV's Greg Evigan.
Greg Evigan.
Yeah. Whose daughter is married to Miles Adcox. Miles owns Onsite.
Oh, yeah.
But he played BJ and the Bear.
Yeah, he was on BJ and the Bear.
Which I never saw.
That was a masterpiece of the 80s. That's a deep cut. That was a deep cut. He drove a truck, big truck. And his sidekick was a
bear?
I don't know what type it was like a monkey
of some kind. That's very believable.
I don't know the type, but it was like it was an unusual setup for a story.
What were your top 3 favorite shows as a kid?
You always ask. I don't know. It depends.
Why
on
do you
what,
get so exhausted when you're asked? You're
like,
there
are so many years of watching TV. Like, what are you talking about?
What?
When I was 5, 10, 20?
Why do you have to overanalyze?
Overanalyze. Okay.
This is what you do, though. By the way. Oh my God! Speaking of this, like Paul Reiser's on his show. Oh yeah, Stacey Keenan. Thank you so much. That's the answer. What has she won? We should give her something for that.
How about a DVD box
you were going to do the Paul Reiser interview.
Yeah.
You watched his entire body of work. It's no joke. He listened to both audiobooks, Couplehood, Parenthood. You watched all of Mad About You. You watched all of Stranger Things. You went to Diner, watched it.
I went to Diner?
I'm saying whatever it is. It's like people come on my show. Whatever I know of them, I know of them. And that's it.
And you're at peace with them.
Bartek, you let it be.
Okay.
You.
Again, you always...
Why? Why do you have to prepare so much?
I like to prepare. But anyway,
Well, there's a certain degree of which it's too much.
I know,
and you're exhausting yourself. And you're costing yourself time and energy.
One Life to Live? I don't know if that's on anymore, One Life to Live. But that's so true. And you get to do what you want to do, right? Some people are... doctors, lawyers, barbers, whatever it is, they get to choose.
So what are you saying?
So if you don't want to do any homework,
but you're an over-preparer.
But again, over-prepare is a negative. So it's like, oh, he prepares much more than I do. Oh well.
You don't think you're an over?
He's different.
You don't think it's slowing you down in your life at all? Seriously.
Again.
Overthinking is bad.
Okay, yeah. What about thinking?
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
What were your favorite 3 shows?
Okay, so I don't know an exact show.
Even that you had to qualify.
I'm couching. I'm just telling you because it depends on the time frames. But I liked. They used to rerun Get Smart. I just
what year were you born? That was from like 1951.
Those are reruns. Then when you get, they're
are you 100?
Everything I watched was syndicated old TV shows.
No.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Facts of Life?
Oh, that kind of stuff? I liked... Okay, fine. At that time, I liked...
This is hilarious.
Silver Spoons. You're talking about live?
Yeah,
I like The Cosby
Spoons.
Show. The Cosby Show.
Who did I see in the elevator at the Beverly Hilton?
The Ricker.
Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder.
What was my line?
Well, you have a better line, which I'm going to tell people you did. You tell your line, and I'm going to tell you what you did.
So we were in the elevator at the Beverly Hilton, and I was like, oh my God, that's Ricky Schroeder. I think he's Rick Schroeder now, but he's going to be Ricky to me. So I just looked at him and I was like, what's going to be my line? So I just said, remember it?
I know it.
I said, how cool was that train? And he's like, it was the best.
So here's my favorite Cathy
And that was
moment.
it. We just talked about the train.
Here's my favorite Cathy moment. We were at a party as adults. We were married. As adults. I'm saying it wasn't like you were a kid. So anyway.
I really need a manicure. This is embarrassing.
Tempest Bledsoe was there.
Tempest Bledsoe. Does anyone know what TV show she was on? Anybody? I'll give you 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nobody knows Tempest Bledsoe? That is such a name. You name your kid that, and you're like,
but anyway,
she knows Stacey Keenan, and she knew.
She either remembers 80 shows or is
so
good with the
Tempest
Google.
Bledsoe. What about it?
So anyway, so we're at a party.
Yeah.
And she's there.
You're such a name dropper.
And Cathy's like, I know her. And I was like, yes, everybody knows her. And Cathy's like, no. And then so Cathy actually went up to her and was like, how do I know you? And I was like, oh my gosh.
I go, you're so familiar. I'm like, did we work together?
Crashing and burning and was watching it happen. It was horrible.
And then she goes, yeah. And then as she's talking, it's like in slow motion. The words are coming and I'm going, oh, it's Vanessa. Cosby.
And again, not to talk about anything present day.
Oh, the Cosby Show has just... You ever see like a dumpster fire where you take something good and you just smash it, incinerate it, light it on fire, throw all the... arson?
Arson?
What do you throw in to make something burn?
Arson is an act.
But what do you throw in there to make it...
lighter fluid.
Whatever. That's what happened to the Cosby Show. And it was literally the best.
Kerosene.
Why is it that now... 2 lives we've done, you somehow have talked about the Cosby Show.
What?
I think it's hard for you. I think it's something you need to process.
What? Have you lost your mind?
No, because you used to watch the reruns even in recent times, and then all that stuff happened. And I think something was taken from you.
Overanalyzing.
Yeah,
I overanalyze.
Who do we always compare our daughter to that we say that she looks like when she runs downstairs?
Oh, Peter?
Do you remember Peter and he took the bread and he wiped it on his stomach? What happened to Peter?
That's a good question.
Someone Google that. He's probably like a strapping young guy now.
I figured he's running a hedge fund.
Something. Well, that's what happened to Chunk from the Goonies.
No,
he became like spelt and like he's like doing like big things.
He's a lawyer with
okay, enough
one
about
of the other
that.
guys from
This
the
is
Goonies.
boring.
Enough of our guesses of what people are doing.
No, we're supposed to talk about what's actually happening behind the scenes of our life.
So I'm.
You see that tree? It looks like it's coming out of your head.
It may be. Who knows? Well, I'm hosting an episode tomorrow. Then I'm going to go do an open Michael tomorrow.
You are?
You're the one who told me to.
He's now been on stage.
This will be
This will be the third time you're on stage in a week. No, not a week. A week and a half. Yeah.
I'm getting worse each time. That's the commitment I make to you. But if you wait a few months, it's gonna be.
Betsy wants to know if you know who Joey Lawrence is.
Of course.
That's a
That's a
question you get all the time. Do you know who Joey Lawrence is? Whoa. I had Maya Bialik on my podcast. She was very sweet. She was very sweet.
Yes, and also she's also very smart. Like
she went to UCLA with you.
No, but she's like a math genius.
No, that's Danica McKellar.
No, but she's like a science.
You just mixed up just because they were two child.
No, okay. Danica McKellar is literally a math
went to UCLA.
genius. She made up some like math formula, but Blossom is like a legit science. Like
you just called her Blossom.
What do you call her?
Mayim Bialik.
Mayim. I don't know her personally.
She just did a whole thing about the Ukraine because her whole family is from there.
Right. I didn't see that.
Our family is from there. All of our grandparents, both of your sets and both of my sets.
Yes. Don't turn this into a political bandwagon.
There's nothing political. Everyone's on the right side of history with this one.
Okay, don't turn it into a
We're
bandwagon.
just saying our entire family escaped because of the same thing that happened. History repeats itself, like a nauseating...
Hey, it's a good expression.
But it's ridiculous. Like, this is exactly what happened, and that's why they fled, and they came here, and now it's happening again. See, it's not supposed to happen again. You're supposed to learn and go, millions of people were killed. Let's not do that again.
Right.
It's unbelievable. It's so upsetting. It's unbelievable. I can't even... I was thinking about it today. I've been thinking about it nonstop.
All right, well, let's get you off the harsher topics. What about you? What do you got going on in the podcast world?
Me? I have a lot of things going on this week. I'm interviewing...
Any big guest you're excited about?
Yeah, I am excited. Morgan Harper-Nichols is going to be on the show this week. Well, I'm interviewing her. I'm interviewing her this week. I'm interviewing Martha Beck again this week. Deepak Chopra is going to be on Thursday. You know Deepak?
Episode launches, of course.
Did you hear what happened with Rosie O'Donnell? She thought Priyanka. She goes, I know your dad.
Oh, no.
And she goes, how?
She didn't catch what she was getting at.
And she goes, Deepak. And she goes, next time, just Google me.
She said that?
Yeah, she's before you, it's insulting,
Well, it's a common name, Chopra.
That's what's so ridiculous. It's like thinking that everyone whose last name is Smith is related to Will Smith. Right. It's like, no. It's like...
What was this on?
She ran into Priyanka Chopra.
Just on the street?
Yeah, like in Beverly Hills or something. Okay. Whatever. Yes. And Nick Jonas, who she's married to. And she's like, Nick Jonas. And she's like, and you. I know your dad.
Oh, no.
And Priyanka's like... Priyanka's like so famous.
It's always weird that when
but she doesn't know who she is at all. It's like, how do you not know her at all? Like, that's like, are you asleep? I had her on the podcast. She was awesome.
Deepak Chopra so well, she would know through that avenue.
I mean, even I didn't go over to Tempest Bledsoe and say, I know your dad. I just said, how do I know you?
I know your TV.
But also, she's out of context, and it was how many years since she's been on TV?
Oh, no, but I kept saying, I was like, no. I was like, no.
And I didn't recognize her.
I was literally, it was horrible. It was
it's like... It's okay, you'll recover.
It was like at the beginning of a movie.
You'll recover.
What was that?
You'll be great.
It was like the beginning of Cliffhanger.
You'll survive it.
When he's trying to hold on to her, and then
You're going to have Jerry Seinfeld on your show soon. That's insanity. That is absolute, total ridiculousness. By the way, I just watched his first TV appearance, and he was so
What
good.
was it, the HBO special?
Yes, he was so good. His joke was about how pajamas look like a little suit. And he's like, and why do you need a breast pocket? Like, where are you going? Like, you're going to put a pen in there?
Those were great.
He was so good at that age. I was just like blown away.
We're interviewing a guy named Maurice LaMarche tomorrow. And you may not know who that is by his name. But
of course I know Maurice. He's a thing.
No, he's
the other thing.
No, but he does so many voices. It's literally unbelievable. I've never seen an IMDb so long. He does tremendous. But he did Pinky and the Brain. That's my personal favorite. But he was on the 9th Rodney Dangerfield HBO special, and also on that special was Bob Saget, Louis Anderson, Sam Kinison, Yakov Smirnoff. Like,
are they all dead?
No.
You just listed it.
No, Louis Anderson and Bob Saget.
Like in memoriam thing.
No, that's dark. No,
Yakov
Smirnoff's still around. But
I'm
saying
Bob Saget, Louis Anderson. Yeah, very sad.
But they passed away very recently.
Well, we're supposed to say something juicy, like behind the scenes of our life.
Okay, fine.
You're just giving falderall.
Okay, fine. So I just bought groceries.
You did. You know what?
Gonna cook a dinner.
Let's talk about how you stepped up into that role. How long have you been cooking dinner now? 3 or 4 days a week? Not long. Like a year?
Maybe not even that long.
Not even that long.
But anyway, so Cathy has her strengths.
It's not cooking.
I didn't say that. Why would you say it? That's so harsh. But she has a lot of strengths.
You said the nicest thing about me yesterday
to
my stepmom and my dad.
Oh, my.
You're like, Cathy's just a gifted person. If it wasn't podcasting, it would have been something else.
Oh.
That was very nice. I caught that.
I got that.
Yeah.
Jotted it down, made a note, put it in your file.
No, it's very sweet. So, you've been cooking a few nights a week.
Yes.
But this was like, you guys, this is like it's an evolution of sorts. Because you weren't ever cooking before.
No.
You used to actually not cook anything.
Hold on.
I used to get so crazy.
I never cooked at all. I hated cooking. I actually it was just too daunting. But is there anybody on here who during the pandemic discovered something? I saw somebody post on Twitter that he's mad how easy it is to make ice cream. And he's never done it before in his life, but then finally, because of the pandemic, they did.
We had a guy come to the party Saturday night, and he made rolled ice cream.
Right, but he does that. Like that's.
You said you want to buy a rolled ice cream machine.
Well, I want to look into it, find out the pricing, things of that nature, and a hibachi grill.
We had a hibachi guy come too.
Make your house more fun.
It was good.
So because I don't like barbecuing, but I like.
Anyway,
like a hibachi.
She said, "What's a typical date night?" We never go on a date ever. Not for years. I'm serious.
Well, no. Historically, though, when we do go out on a date
before
night,
the pandemic, we would go out.
We would go to dinner, oftentimes sushi, and then a comedy show. We used to go to.
Lowell likes to call it sush. You want to get some sush?
I call it sush sarcastically because I heard somebody at work call it that one time, and I was like, "Is this guy for real?"
Here's how you got to go on a date with my husband. Not like I'm pro.
Oh my. It's taking a turn.
No, I'm saying if we go out, I have to prepare that you're not going to talk at all during dinner. Because when you eat, you focus and you don't speak. So we sit there.
It's a little extreme.
Do you talk a lot?
Compared to you, nobody talks a lot.
You don't speak at dinner. You just sit there. So then I have to drum up. I have to make conversation. I have to.
Because if you have any type of silence, you panic and you think the world is ending.
That's true. But then,
you're like a shark.
We usually go to a comedy show or something.
Comedy show. We used
and
to
then
love
you're the
UCB
worst. If sometimes comedy shows are good, but sometimes comedy shows are like 3 hours, and he will not leave. And I'm like, it's painful now. Like if by hour 2, I'm out. I'm not sitting there anymore. And then we're at the comedy store or we're at the Improv, and I'm like, I'm getting up. I'm taking an Uber. You're like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'll Uber home. I'm done. I can't handle anymore. It makes me angry at a certain point. And they're like, no, we can't leave.
Okay, first of all, our favorite places in LA to see comedy. We
don't even live in LA. Why are you doing a tour of LA?
This is what it's like. She says I don't talk, but it's like there's force field. But anyway, so we used to go to UCB a lot, and then we used to go to Largo a lot. So you get amazing shows there. But anyway, so we went to literally a historic show. Looking back, and I knew it at the time, UCB Christmas holiday
It was
special.
like 3.5
It was
hours.
very long, but there are like literally like everybody was there.
I don't care.
I wish I
can't
could. I
handle
want to
it.
go online and see if I can find
An
the list.
hour is good. 90 minutes. That's it.
Okay, but anyway.
I'm not sitting there hour 2, 3, 4. You're on your own. I'm done. And then you get what's the word? It's like hostile. You won't let me leave.
Oh my gosh.
Let me go. I don't want to sit there.
Here's
I'm
another thing. You
tired.
guys may not know this about Kathy because you see
my
her.
butt hurts. I
you
can't
see
sit
her
in the seat.
edited and
The people
everything.
are angry.
But what Kathy will go from like, absolutely, this is great, this is fun, to I need to get out of here, and she will turn it to like her eyes turn red. There's smoke coming out of her ear. And there's no warning.
That's not true.
No warning.
That's not true.
Zero.
Oh my God. By the way, when we leave the house, I don't know any women feel this way about their husbands or if you're this in the relationship. When we leave the house, no joke, I'm the first one ready. I'm like, let's go.
Can I explain why?
And he's got stuff to do.
Again.
No. Yesterday we're going. I had the kids in the car waiting. Open the windows. We're outside. They're already in the car. I now cleaning out the car. That's how long it takes. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, hey, I gotta prep. Gotta get my sunblock. Gotta get my swim trunks. Just in case I need 2 extra chargers or 1 break. Yes, you do. And I go, Lowell, what are you doing?
Let me explain.
Get down here.
Okay.
I get so mad.
Okay, let me explain. Because what happens is when we go out, I like to have things that the kids need, right? So they need snacks and water and all these things.
That's because you're trying to save money.
Hold on,
you don't need to get
hold on.
snacks.
Because what Kathy loves to do is get somewhere, find out what she needs, and then just buy it in the most expensive way possible.
I know, we can't handle it. It's like, what's an extra $7 on our tab?
And then she sends me to go get it, and then I got to go back 5 times.
Yeah. Wait, that's another thing.
Do you know how many snorkels and goggles I've purchased in my life? In the last 3 months.
You will survive it.
I bought more goggles and snorkels in the last 3 months than people buy in a lifetime.
No, the second part is really
Jacques Cousteau has ever purchased in a lifetime.
Jacques Cousteau, here's the second.
Another timely reference.
Here's the second part of what you just said. That's the real problem. If we go to a hotel, he doesn't want to get the door. He doesn't want to see a butler, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it. What do you call it? As someone bringing a room service.
You don't even know the word. You're
if we have a delivery, Postmate, you go, don't get it. Let them be. Do you like to get the door?
We're in a pandemic.
Do you like to speak to people you don't know?
I don't like the startup.
No. Do you like to talk to people in a hotel at the door when you're buying a pair of goggles? The answer is no.
I'll tell you why. There's many reasons why.
No, you're very idiosyncratic. And this is one of those things like you won't do it. You're like, no, you do it.
But nowadays I get the notice they're here and it says leave them alone.
What's the problem with talking to the bell guy? You're like, you pay him.
I'll tell you.
You
why.
do it
because of the nature of it. It's like a artificial setup where they have to be nice based on, they work at a place and then it's like, oh, it's fine. Don't hassle them.
Who thinks like this?
This guy.
Man,
but
he
anyway.
Can't stand it. He goes, no, don't order grapefruit juice to the room. Don't order the turn down service. Do you like turn down service?
Oh, I hate turn down service.
Why do you hate it?
It's just too much muttering. It's like it's fine. I can live with a blanket pulled over. Okay, not a big deal. And another time you got angry. Remember this?
Oh my God.
We're at a hotel. And then I every time she gets on the phone at a hotel, not every time anymore because she gets so mad I stopped doing it, but I try to make her laugh. And then one time she just couldn't control her laughter, and then the person on the phone was kind of chastising you. They're like, Mrs. Heller, please.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
She loves you. No, you're very... Also, when we're in the car, this is another thing that you do that really bothers me.
See?
You're driving, and as you're driving, you're going like this. Don't laugh.
No.
As you're driving, you're like this.
You're enhancing the song.
Oh, you go like this. I go.
You're trying to sound like Larry David.
No, that's the funny part of it. I go, Lowell, it's rude to do that. You're like, if you sing, I let you sing. Why can't I sing? I go,
she sings. She belts it out.
Well, I go, because you're not singing. You're just making ridiculous noises. And there's humans around you. I think it's very self-involved.
The kids sit in the back when you blast the radio. They're just like, they don't know what's going on.
Self-absorbed. You're like,
a wild exaggeration.
Well, I'm going to start to record you.
Please do.
Because so often you do that even as you're walking out. You're like,
It's a funny bit. Very not based in truth, but very funny.
Oh my God.
You should do the open mic with me tomorrow.
Well, you don't know that you're doing it. You don't know you're doing it.
So you're saying it's just in my nature? It
happens every single day when you walk from the kitchen.
Come on.
If you're walking, if you saunter from one room to another, you go. I'm gonna record it.
Please.
I'm gonna record it and play it.
Please, well, don't play it, but please record it, then show it to me.
And I say all the time, like, that's what you do.
That's what he does. When Cathy's in the car, honestly,
I don't think it's funny.
I
think it's not funny. I hear it all. Also, here's the other thing.
But you blast
if
the
you're
radio.
in the car, the BMW shows you. Drop. It shows you where to go. It says 200 feet, turn left, blah, blah, blah.
No, I don't like that.
He can't use it.
We've been through this before.
So instead, no. You have to use the Google.
That's what I like.
So this is what I have to hear. And by the way, it's not even on the screen. It's on your phone. In a minute, turn to left, turn to the. I go, well, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, but when we get out of our house,
no, I have to hear it.
No, when we get out of our house, it does a bunch of things, but then that's it. Then it's like you don't hear it for miles.
Well, why do you have to hear it though? It's on the screen. It shows you what to do.
No, I'll tell you why. Because on Apple, they do this thing. Hold on, I don't know if anyone uses Apple Maps, but it does the thing where it shows all the lanes. And then it makes it very confusing about which lane you need to be in.
Okay, but you know that at this point. You know how to read it.
Is this a crime that I prefer Google
But then
Maps?
you don't get there in time or something.
Well, she's reaching. Don't get there in time. No.
Okay, what do you think is the most annoying thing that I do?
The most annoying thing?
Oh.
I'll tell you what it is. And there's a list here, but I keep a list in my back pocket. But you don't communicate, ironically, you don't communicate your schedule or your needs vis-a-vis the rest of the family. Like, you'll just, out of nowhere, you just disappear and then you start screaming like, I'm trying to record. It's like, why didn't you tell us you're trying to record? Right? We're happy to
that bothers you the most.
Isolate. Well, no, but, and then also, like, you do stuff without telling the kids, and then the kids get very upset, and then they get upset with me, and I'm like, don't.
Speaking of the kids, you know what was a cute thing that you did this weekend? My stepmom's mom bought the kids each a gift, and one of the gifts was a latch hook thing. So, like, I was trying to figure out how to do the latch hook. And then we watched a YouTube, and me and Eliza couldn't figure it out. And then Lowell comes in and he goes, oh, I can do latch hook. And I was like, you can? You're like, oh, yeah. Give it to me.
Well, I didn't remember how to do it, though.
And then you did
I did it as a youth. I had to watch a YouTube video.
What does that mean that you did that as a youth? Like, you would, like, sit and do latch hook?
No, that was like a thing where some summer probably. So I did a Dodger banner. That was my.
Oh, see.
So I kept
you
it
buoyed
sporty.
it up.
Yeah,
you kept it sporty.
But it was
God forbid you did a latch hook without it being sport related.
Any people out there? I thought it was kind of boring latch hook.
Where's that Dodger banner?
I'm sure it got thrown out. I've never seen it.
Well, I don't see why. Your mom kept your table from woodshop.
But
where's your woodshop table?
It's in the garage.
Well, I thought you were gonna put it on display.
Well, where do you want it? I'm happy to put it in the house.
I mean, you
I didn't want to put it in the kids'
That was something you would
thing.
not. You're like, we're taking the woodshop table.
Well, it's like
from
the
8th
only
grade.
thing that I built.
Did you build the chessboard table?
I did. I built.
That's really impressive.
Well, that's easier than a table. A table is way harder than a chessboard.
You also had that picture you drew of Magic Johnson. Like,
I did.
Where's that?
That's probably in a box. I have like a box or two of childhood items like that. Wow, you want the table? You guys are all witnessing this.
No, I don't want the table.
Oh, see? You try to pretend you
also
did.
have that really depressing house you painted.
What does that mean?
It's depressing. It's like brown and black. It's like dark color.
Oh, the winter thing?
It was depressing looking.
That was a piece of art I copied.
No, but it looks sad.
I'll find out the original artist and I'll let him know you hate his craft. It was a winter wonderland house.
No, it doesn't look like that at all. It's like brown and dark and.
Oh, sorry.
It just
summer artwork from when I was a kid doesn't.
You did summer art classes?
You never did anything in the summer? Oh, you guys went to fancy. See, I didn't go to fancy theater camp in the East Coast. She'd fly to Boston every time. The top of the show, right? The lead of the show. So
your podcast comes out tomorrow.
Right. The podcast is already out. Our first episode, Kevin Nealon, is out. You Don't Know Schiff. Tomorrow, if any early birds out there, 5 a.m. Eastern time, we launch our episodes each week. Paul Reiser, part 1. Paul Reiser was so great and so gracious. The interview went on so long that we're actually breaking it into 2 pieces rather than having one long. Whatever.
Do you watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
I've watched it. Yeah, I've seen it. Cathy. Yes, you.
I've never seen it. I've never seen anything. The only show I've really seen is like a part of The Office and Curb Enthusiasm. I haven't watched TV in like 12 years.
No, you watched that Apple show.
I watched the morning show season 1. I haven't seen season 2. But like honestly, I haven't seen anything.
One episode of...
I watched one episode of...
that show everyone loves.
What's it called?
It's on Apple also.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
It was cute.
We're trying to watch a show together.
We
never watch TV together.
No, I don't watch any TV. I'm going to watch it. All right, so your podcast is coming out with Paul Reiser tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow's
You're doing
episode,
stand-up
Paul
again
Reiser,
tonight. When do I get to come? He hasn't
tonight.
let me come at all.
Tuesday. It's really not good. So that's what all the build-up.
Oh my God, it is good.
It's really not good.
And you're going to do a show. Oh, guys, this is really cool. March 15th, we're going to do... I rented out a theater in South Florida. I'll be there. You'll be there. Mark Schiff will be there. And there's going to be comedy and Q&A, and it's going to be so fun. And I will put up the ticket link. It's only going to be like $10, and you don't even have to pay, but you're paying just because that way you get a seat, because there's a limited amount of seats. Anyway, I will put the link soon, so anyone who's in South Florida can come spend a couple hours with us. It'll be fun, right? And then you're going to perform for everybody that night.
Yes, I'm going to be, because it's not just a full comedy night. It's like we're on top of the podcast, and then Mark is going to talk about a comedy program that he's going to offer. So basically, I'm the before, and then it's kind of like, don't be like that guy. Take Mark's course and be funny.
It's going to be fun. Oh, yeah, and then Mark's going to talk to us about how to write stand-up. But you could do that, too. You've been writing stand-up now.
No, but he's,
Yeah, I'm having Pete Holmes
dabble
on my podcast this week.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm interviewing Pete Holmes.
We've seen him many times.
He's very sweet. He has a very good energy. Oh, I just watched John Mulaney's monologue. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it.
It's very funny.
He's so good. His monologue.
It's very, very funny. He was talking about, he goes, the kind of intervention I don't like? The one that's for me. He's like, that was tough. He just made a whole bunch of, the funniest line he said, he goes, so he was in rehab from whatever date to whatever date, and he goes, and the insurrection, is that what you call it? What happened in Capitol Hill? What's it called?
Yeah.
And he goes, and that happened, he goes, because I was in rehab. Did it happen before I went in? No. Has it happened since? Absolutely not. Because I was there, it was so funny, right?
Yes. No, he's an amazing stand-up.
So anyway,
let's have him at the event.
If you follow Lowell's podcast and you leave him a review, Lowell likes to say, leave a 5-star review. I don't leave the witness. You can leave whatever. You could just be like, you bother me. You and Mark. But don't. I'm just saying, if you leave a review and you DM me a screenshot, we're going to send you a code to go get a Starbucks, because let's get some Starbucks going. But you should listen to it. The first episode came out last week with Kevin Nealon, Hans and Franz. Was he Hans or Franz? Oh my God, he's stumped.
No,
I am Hans, and you are Franz, and we are here to pump
they each said their own. He goes, I am Hans, and I am Franz.
That was funny.
They spoke for themselves.
Everything was funny.
Yeah.
But do you remember, what else was it, Kevin? Oh, Mr. Subliminal. That was really funny.
Mr. Subliminal is brilliant because it's like, it's timeless. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally a timeless character.
Timeless. So you can listen to Paul Reiser on your podcast tomorrow. You can leave a review for it. Send me a screenshot. If you do, we'll send you a Starbucks. And March 15th, I'll put the link soon. Give me like a day. You guys can come hang out with us. Lowell's going to do stand-up. Mark Schiff's going to be here in South Florida doing stand-up. And then we're going to do some Q&A, talk about all kinds of things in South Florida.
It's like a hangout.
It's a hangout. It's going to be really fun.
It's more of a hangout.
I'll put the link to that soon once I have it. I got to get the link to that. Lowell didn't have a link. Honestly,
here we go.
No, this is what happened. I go, Lowell, what's the link? And he goes, oh, they just go to link in my bio. I go, yeah, but if they want to just go to the link, like, what's the link to find your show? He's like, just go to link in bio. So I go to his link in bio, and it's a link tree. There was literally 16 links. Mm-hmm. It was like, listen to it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on this, on that, on your mom's radio. I go, Lowell, you look like the Unabomber. Nobody has 16 links in their bio. Oh my God. So you got it down to what, 4?
5. So you get the big 3.
Right.
And then
technically, you're a little bit challenged.
Technically, yeah, that the way you worded that's ambiguous. You're saying technically, like as a technical matter, or as far as technology.
Lowell's really into grammar, and you're really good at grammar, wouldn't you say?
Oh.
What's that book?
Dictionary?
No, what's that book about grammar that people love?
Funk and Wagnalls?
No, it's called Dup Dup Dup.
Dup Dup Dup.
What's that book? People who love grammar love it.
Oh,
yeah. What's it called? It's like the kettle and the bird and the thing.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
What is it?
I don't know.
And it's about where you put the commas.
Oxford?
No,
Oxford
it's a
commas?
book that people who love grammar love. Does anyone know?
Somebody out there must know this.
Explain what the book is.
What, the rules of grammar and all that?
No, it's a cute book that's...
Strunk and White. Is that what you're talking
about? No.
Oh, that's not what
but Michelle would know because she... Eats, shoots, and leaves. That's it.
Oh, I've never read that. Oh, I get it. The point about the comma, though, right? Eats, shoots, comma.
So where would it be?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's eats, comma, shoots, comma, and leaves means it's leaving. If you don't put the comma, then it's like eats, shoots, and leaves. Get it?
Nope.
Eats is a verb. And then what do you eat? You could eat shoots and leaves.
So you put the comma after eats.
That's one way. Or if you're going to say, because those technically could be 3 verbs.
Leaves versus leaves.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but why do you love grammar so much?
I wouldn't say I love grammar. That's a bit of a stretch.
You like extreme close-ups?
I don't. That I don't.
I know. You love that book. Michelle
I've never read it.
No, Michelle likes it.
Oh.
Okay, so tell them where they can find your podcast.
So you can find our podcast at youdon'tknowschiff.com. YOUDONTKNOWSCHIFF. If you go to Apple Podcasts, which is where most people are finding us, you can just type in the word Schiff, SCHIFF, and then you'll see there's a couple things, but You Don't Know Schiff. We have a nice logo that...
Your sister's been amazing, by the way. Let's give her a shout out.
Yes,
Jennifer
my sister,
Reinstein.
Jennifer Reinstein's been great. She's been
Jesse said the first episode was so good.
Oh, thank you.
Jesse's very nice. She came on with you and asked you guys a couple questions.
Yeah, that was cool.
You guys gonna do some lives today?
Today, probably.
I love how you guys are just in it. You'll go live, there's 4 people on, just hang out for an hour.
Hey, don't live number shame us.
No, it's great. Okay, so they're going to go watch your podcast, leave a review. Paul Reiser's on tomorrow.
Shawnee did our logo for us.
Shawnee Suiza, very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, we'll probably do a live. I got to find out. Mark was out of town, so I got to coordinate with him. And that's it. So that's where you can find us. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, Schiff, SCHIFF. It's You Don't Know Schiff. Again, if you're be kind enough to leave a review, the number you leave, that's up to you. Let your conscience guide you. Know that 5 is the highest. People tend to like the highest, but hey, what are you going to do? What else? Anything else?
I'm being quiet to see if you're going to be entertaining at all.
Oh, my.
So
this is a test. Meh. I've just never been next to you this long and not heard you talk, so I got concerned that you were injured. Just want to make sure you're okay. That's my first priority. So that's it, guys.
Yesterday, Maddie dropped an iPad on my toe, and you're like, are you going to pass out? But he actually meant it.
Well, no, that's not. I wasn't joking. When Cathy's in pain, physical pain, she passes out. So I usually like to put her on a couch, put her flat on the ground, something so she can't get injured. So that's dark. You went dark. So you have you listened to our first episode? Put you on the spot.
Me? Not yet.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
I gotta listen to it now.
You can listen.
I love
this
Kevin
is what
Nealon.
I tell people. Please listen to the podcast and please listen to it at a higher speed. That way, like two times maybe a little too fast, but like you can listen to 1.5 times, and that way, if you hated it, you didn't waste as much time.
We're getting a cat this week.
I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, would you say you ordered a cat?
No.
You adopted a cat?
You're adopting a cat?
Yeah, she's coming on Saturday. She's being dropped off.
I heard she's walking here herself. I knew that'd make her laugh. Guys, that's the thing. Hold on. If you ever meet Cathy in person or talk to her online, animal personification jokes make her laugh and she can't stop. So picturing the cat walking here.
The cat
on its own with a little backpack, maybe.
A little backpack?
Maybe
a little stick
briefcase.
with a
little.
She's coming on Saturday. She's Persian. She's going to come in and be like, can I have rice? No. Oh, we live in Beverly Hills. We're friends with a lot of Persians. But no, she doesn't know anything about Persian culture or Persian food or Persian rugs or anything Persian. Do you remember in, what's the movie, Better Off Dead? And she's like, do you want French fries, French dressing, French, what did she say? Anyway, so Persian cats, nothing to do. Are they from Persia, though?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. I wouldn't even speculate.
She's cute. She has a smushed-in face. She's calico. And
what does calico mean?
Calico means many colors.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know, well, not many colors. It's like a certain kind of colors, like black, brown, white, orange.
So calico critters, that's what that's about? The toys?
No.
Oh.
That's just...
All right.
But so she's coming on Saturday, and we don't know what her name should be. We're thinking either...
Oh, let's ask people to vote.
Okay, well, the kids are all in the food, so they're like waffles, milkshake. Maddie keeps saying cake pop.
I actually like that.
Cake pop, waffles, milkshake, sundae.
My vote is for chef.
He wants to call the cat chef. And then I like all the Yiddish, like Jewish foods, like hamantash and kugel.
Pastrami sandwich on rye?
No, but like, what else did I say?
Well, hamantash is not a flattering name.
Kugel?
Kugel?
I don't know. Anyways.
Kishka?
Kishka?
Kasha?
Kasha.
What about Kasha?
Kasha's cute. I
like Kasha.
She actually looks like Kasha.
Yeah.
Kasha's like...
brownish.
By the way, all these foods we just mentioned are from the Ukraine.
Oh,
because that's where our grandparents are from. Actually, there was a restaurant, I don't know if it's still there, in New York City on the Lower East Side called Kiev. And the food is all Ukrainian Jewish food. It's very good. Blintzas, stuff like that.
What about Blintzes? I mentioned that one as a possible
Kasha.
cat name.
You like Kasha?
Kasha. Yeah, that's a good cat name.
Okay. Suki?
Suki.
Anyway, so the cat's coming. We'll definitely have lots of cat content once she comes.
That's a whole... We'll have to get a new channel for that.
Oh, yeah. We'll give her her own Instagram
cat
page.
channel.
She's cute. But let's see how long we last, because sometimes we wind up...
Sometimes we...
Well, no. We had one dog for 8 weeks. I gave it
involved.
to Shay, who's the massage therapist, who's wonderful with people and animals.
Yes. No,
so I said, you'd be better off with her, because we didn't know what we were doing. We were in over our head.
Out of our league.
Yeah.
Over our skis.
No, we really were.
Out of our element.
Let's see how well we do with the cat. All right, we're really boring. This isn't enjoyable anymore.
All right. Put a 1 if this is horrible and the worst thing you've heard.
Oh, Katya.
Katya, we got a couple Katyas.
Yeah, I love Katya. Okay, I think her name was Katya. We decided it today. We'll just tell the kids that her name is Katya.
We'll let the kids know they had nothing to do with the naming.
Cake pop, Katya,
cake pop,
milkshake.
That's actually kind of cute.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Sei gesund. Have a good day. All right.